let's say this is my calf, and it's pointed down, okay? And this is my knee, and my arm is about to be the quad, right? And then the quad tightens, and we forget that there's a wire there that we probably shouldn't snap on. Okay. My arm is here, my quad tightens, and now my foot's in the air. Does that make sense? Everyone see how that works? Okay. So here's the joint down here. And then when I tighten my quad, it pulls this back, and my foot's in the air. So I haven't moved my, watch how far my hand moves. Not very far, compared with how far the foot moves, okay? So leverage is also about torque, because I can apply a big force here, and then move this with smaller force, but move it much farther. So let's say I'm kicking a soccer ball. The force my foot is putting on the soccer ball is less than the force I'm putting there, but I'm kicking the soccer ball much farther. Okay? So if I were trying to move something like that, it's hard. You see I'm about to break another yardstick. But whereas if I went like that, I can move it. Does that make sense? See how I can't move the table like this by putting this force on, but if I go down there, I can? That's because it's easier to do force at less of a distance. But if I want to move something really far, like a foot, or like something you weren't trying to launch from a catapult, then you want it to be really far away because you don't need as much force to really get it going. Does that make sense? Cool. So now that you guys have something of an understanding of torque and how it works at a bigger or a smaller distance, see if you can incorporate those into your because statements in your hypotheses, right? Because the hypothesis is all about incorporating knowledge of patterns or observations or theory so that you're making intelligent guesses and you're more likely in fewer tries to get a catapult that launches something really far. Okay? And I'm happy to talk more about torque for anyone who has more questions, but for now, why don't we start working on our catapults again? Or maybe we should, do people feel like we need to review the inquiry cycle instructions first? Are you guys familiar? Yeah? Oh, you guys weren't here last time. How about we review this? Just one of us can talk to you later when people are getting started. But basically, remember, for every prototype you make, you want to be doing it with a goal in mind, trying to learn something. What questions are we testing? What hypotheses do we have? And then you build it to see whether your hypotheses are right. Okay?
Remember to ask either one of them after you're done with the question and the hypothesis, so we can check it, and then you can build your